Hey, Perry.
What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
I haven't seen you all day. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, yeah,
But let
you're
me
in
say
another
this.
room.
Let me say this first though, because I can't respond to everybody, with their congratulations on our new grandson and stuff like that. But I want to say
Oh,
thank you.
oh,
So
you guys.
it's just a lot of people and it's too many responses. I would have
Thank
to
you,
say,
guys. Thank you,
yeah.
guys. We got a good show planned for you today. This is kind of deep and a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about who's responsible uh, for T.J Holmes and Amy robot
Robot.
situation. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, because this is turning into a witch hunt, people, a witch hunt. So we'll talk about that. Then we're going to start out with Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Hunter Jr., finally speaking out. And this is insane to say the least. So don't have any ads to run today. So we can get right into it. It's kind of early, 1 minute. Why don't you put in the chat where you're from and what's the weather? We're trying to wait until they send out the links, people. We're trying to wait. I hate it when people do that or they'll put a clock up. Maybe I should start putting a clock up.
Oh, that little 60-second thing or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and just waiting. It's 5 whole minutes before they even start doing anything. Manchester, United Kingdom. Hi, Millie. Zero degrees. Is that
Delaware is cloudy. Yeah.
Delaware? I seen Birmingham. I missed it. DMV in the house. Hi, DMV. Newport News. That's our neck of the woods. 50 degrees in Virginia, Perry.
Yeah.
50.
Hmm.
It's cold as hell. 50 degrees in Virginia. California, 49 degrees in California?
Damn.
Wow, you must live in the Inland Empire. Akron, Ohio. Bedford, UK. Wow. Bedford, UK. Brookhaven. Birmingham is hot, Dwayne. It's hot. AF. uh, Middletown, New York, 43 degrees. They don't be
That's not.
playing in New York.
No, they don't.
61 in South Carolina, that's decent. 62 degrees in Cali. Phoenix, I missed it. 66 in Phoenix, that's cold. That's cold for Phoenix. I would never move to Phoenix. I don't know what I would do in the summer. Third
Yeah.
Perry, am I reading this right? 30
That's a,
degrees in
that's about
Chicago.
right for Chi-Town. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They always have snow and everything.
I
Freezing
can't.
temperature.
86 degrees in Houston. I can't.
Damn.
I
That's
can't.
summertime. That's that summer weather.
Eastern Tennessee, 68. That's doable. 72 in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Wow.
Must be a
80
heat
degrees in
wave.
Alabama.
Damn.
Jeez.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Love from Australia. We get them from all over the world. That is crazy. 62 in Sierra Vista, Arizona. That must be some suburb of Phoenix. I can't. What's it? H Town. Okay, there we go. It's hot in Houston. Hot in Austin. My
Damn.
goodness.
Like a heat wave, man.
68 in Smoky Mountains.
Yeah.
Where is that, Perry? Is that in North Carolina, the Smoky Mountains?
It's in North Carolina, one of them.
56 in Kentucky. I always like Kentucky. All right. We can't stall
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Let's get started. 76 in Miami, that damn Florida.
Hmm.
Always nice weather. They'll just blow you off the mountain
Yeah.
during the hurricane season.
Yeah, for sure.
I seen one from Jacksonville. I missed it. 81 in Mississippi. That's nice. 50 in Toronto. I miss Toronto. Love. NOLA, baby. 75. That's nice weather. 48 in New Jersey. 56 in Oakland. I heard it gets cold up there.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. All right, you guys, let's get started. Smoky Mountains. She answered my question. Smoky Mountains are in Tennessee. Okay. Did we drive through the Smoky Mountains when we had to go to?
We drove through a lot of mountains.
I think we did.
Smoky, high ass mountains.
Look at
low
that.
mountains.
Oh, it's nice in Georgia. 73. That's good. All right, let's get started. Okay, we got to talk about this Wendy Williams situation because it's really, really serious. So her son came and spoke out today to the Sun magazine. Shocker. Put this up on the screen because it's really detailed and it's kind of deep and heavy and it changes everything for him for me. So we reported yesterday that his penthouse. I'm going to say his penthouse is $2 million condo. I can't even call it that. He was, what's the word? Evicted?
Sued for eviction.
For eviction. And he said he wasn't getting paid. He gets a monthly stipend and he got evicted. We reported that yesterday. And there was different reports floating around that it's because Wendy's out of money. And then it was cleared up. No, she's not out of money. What happens is she has a conservator and they acknowledged who the conservator is in this article. The conservator is her attorney. Her name is Sabrina Morrissey. I hope I said that right. Morrissey. So what happens is the conservator makes a list of what bills need to be paid and how much needs to be paid. And then a judge has to approve it. Okay. Now, this is crazy. According to her son, this came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he was cut off. Now, before Wendy got a conservatorship, I'll put it that way, she gave her son, gave him that $2 million apartment to live in. They said that the monthly is $6,800. That's the monthly
rent.
That's what it's called. I almost said mortgage. It could be, but $6,800 a month, and he gets a stipend for school. Okay. According to him, out of nowhere, all of a sudden he was cut off. Now, the conservator, according to him, cut him off. And she's saying before your mom got into this vulnerable condition, I don't even know what we call, before she got a conservator, the deal was for you to she got that place for you to go to school and live in that place. You have not been in school. Now, this is deep. People can come into your life and do this. You have not gone to school. Therefore, we're cutting you off and you're going to have to get a job. He said he was blindsided. Of course, he's upset. He said his mom would never do that. Then, in his own defense, she's saying you did not go to school last year. He missed a lot of days. He's saying, well, I missed a lot of days because I had to come back and forth between Florida and New York to help take care of my mother, who we all know is in a vulnerable position. But there's too many articles out there that can dispute that claim. He tried to go see his mom, but you got your big mouth uncle running to the Sun every 5 minutes saying she won't see the Sun. So it's documented that you tried to help, but you really didn't. But do I need an excuse? Wendy Williams would never, ever, ever in her right state, and this is my opinion, want her son to have to drop out of school and get a job because you did not comply to some, I don't even call it a contract. What would you call it? Something agreement that they had in place.
Yeah, like an agreement, whatever. But no, I mean, me personally, I would think Wendy would take care of the son unless something else, is going on with this thing. It just don't make sense how somebody else can make that decision.
I'm going back and forth. Now, maybe Kevin Sr., I understand. So I went to Sharina's social media yesterday. I didn't have time to bring it up. And she's talking about she wants to be a vegan cook. And she has all these meals that she prepares and she puts on her social media. And she was like, because I'll be getting a restaurant soon on Wendy's money. We already know that Kevin filed paperwork to reinstate his, what's it called, Perry?
Alimony.
He's claiming he's going into foreclosure. Well, then if you're going in foreclosure because you can't make it without that alimony, then you need to move out. And you need to have a lifestyle that can take care of you, Sharina and Journey. It's the whole thing. It's so many messed up things in this situation because basically he wants to get rid of Wendy, have a new family, happy home without her, but with her money.
Right.
Make this make sense to me.
I can't.
With the son, I don't understand why he's not the conservator. Maybe it's because he's too close to his dad, because we all know he'll just run and have his dad do everything. But can a corporation, a bank? So this all started with Denmark Mercury. Let me read this really quick. Wendy's son learned his scamming tricks from his dad. Maybe, but this is what's bothering me about this. Can a bank come in, get a report allegedly from Denmark Mercury, you're not well, something's not wrong, and make it come in my life
and freeze your account?
Money, tell me what to do with my child, cutting my kid off, tell the kid to go get a job. Should a bank be able to do that?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Nope.
And then Wendy's in a situation, she's in and out of rehab. She's not being in control of her life. That happens with a lot of addicts. But that's when you need somebody who loves you to step in. Tommy, he's not. I know if it was my damn sister, it would be a whole different situation. And with my nephews, you know how I love my nephews.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But can a bank just come in and tell your kid, okay, we're going to take away where you live and your monthly stipends, and you need to go get a job at this point?
No, I don't know. I mean, something definitely wrong with this picture. Like, the
whole thing is messed up.
I don't even understand how they could just freeze her account like that. And what if she was, she didn't have no other family? Maybe if it was just her and she was in bad health, you like freeze it to make sure nobody coming in taking her stuff. But it seemed like, the responsibility, as long as the kid was old enough, would go to her next of kin, which would be her son.
But here's the thing, Perry, I'm going back and forth because lots of people smoke up their money.
Right.
Lots of people are irresponsible with their money. That's their money.
Right.
So if Wendy's an addict, I'm having a hard time because Wendy today, somebody else tomorrow. Can anybody just come in, any bank, just come in, take over my finances, and tell me what's best for me and my child?
Right.
Now, we have a kid. We have 2 children. And our whole goal out of life, we take care of them kids. We make sure if something happened to us, they're okay. If anything happens to them, we make sure that they're fine now. And that's our joy out of life. We feel like that's our job, is to take care of our kid. I don't want what if a coworker stepped in and told me, no, you're giving your kid too much of a monthly stipend?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. No, I get it. It'd be hard for me to have an outside source tell me what to do with my kids. You couldn't be my brother or sister to tell me what to do with my kids. But if you're looking out for their best interest and I'm down and out, that's what I would count on you for, right? It's for that reason.
A family member.
Yeah.
Where the hell is Wanda? Because Tommy's just going to give everything back over control to the ex-husband.
Right.
Who wants to run the show. He wants a nice he's got a new healthy lifestyle. He eats vegan now. He's going to open a little vegan restaurant. All on Wendy's dime.
Mm-hmm.
This is a whole messed up situation. But I'll be damned if something was wrong with me and YouTube stepped in and told my kid, get out and go get a job.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I wonder if it's other things involved. I mean, but even as a parent, you know how parents could divorce? Every time a parent divorce, a lot of times they put that child in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's like a tug of war.
Yeah.
Could it be a little bit too that maybe the father have lured him in so much that she's saying no because she feel like it's going through here, and like when are you going to have my back? I can't say that's the situation, but it would seem like if that's the case, I'm sure the uncles got to know, the aunts got to know that Kevin Jr. got evicted because, and according to him, because they stopped the funds. Can't anybody come in and help at a certain point? Just come in
You
and try
mean
to help.
Wendy's family needs to step up.
Right.
They need to step up. Tommy, Wanda, you guys need to step up. This guy is suffering, this child, because look, 20 whatever, tall, over 6 feet. Every child still needs parenting. Never stops. It never stops. Right. It never stops. At least for me, it doesn't stop. They're going to need advice. They want, it just never stops. You always be the parent. And so he's a single child, only child. He doesn't have any siblings to rely on. This could be making him gravitate back towards his dad, who's got a messed up situation. So now you got a happy family, and you just kicked his mama out the picture, and now you're nice and happy living off of her dime after you humiliated her. I don't know. For me, I don't warm up too fast to the stepmom or the side piece. Right. I don't know. It's just I'm feeling bad for Kevin Jr.
Okay. This is another thing too, right? Like, I don't know which way to go with it, but it would seem like to me, even when you go through those things, if you went through a divorce, the love for your child wouldn't change that much, would it? Like, for you to see him homeless.
I don't think Wendy would do that, but she's not mentally capable. Right. And here's another problem we have with this. Dwayne says, everyone is worried about her financial well-being, but not her mental well-being. Facts. Right. Facts, Dwayne. But here's another thing, as if we can find another problem with the situation, is I know a lot of addicts, and a lot of them go broke. No one steps in. When has Wells Fargo stepped in for my Uncle Ned?
No, I mean, half the time, they ain't gonna step in. Social service ain't gonna step in. Yeah. The popos ain't gonna step in.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying a lot of times it's not just gonna happen that way. But it's hard for me to think this, right? Like, say she got a conservatorship, right?
She does.
Got an attorney doing all this. So they see the news just like we did. And they would have to be aware of her kid getting evicted. At what point you'll say, hey, well, do you want this to happen? Should I step in? Should I do something? Have these questions been proposed to Wendy? But I don't know. But if it was a bad thing, because like I said, we don't know how deep it truly is. And maybe the family could know that it's Wendy's choice to cut them off. I don't know. So I'm just saying it go either way. But, I just don't like the fact that a bank should even be in the conversation of controlling my shit.
Yeah. Period. Yeah. I mean, really, there are a lot of addicts in the world, a lot of alcoholics, tons. Yeah. And a lot of athletes go broke on a yearly basis. They didn't spend all their money, went to the clubs and threw it up in the air like Warren Sapp. You can't tell them if that's what they're going to do. Delonte West.
Yeah.
A stone cold addict. But no bank is stepping in. It's just the problem for me of a bank stepping in. And she really doesn't have any family that's coming to help her. Now, maybe there was times when Tommy went public and said he was frustrated with Wendy. And she's not making good decisions. I don't know. This is a whole messed up situation. It's just sad to see her go out like this. It's very sad. A lot of twists and turns.
It's a lot of moving parts, but most of them, like that super chat you just seen a few minutes ago, everybody's reaching their hand out for cash.
Yep.
Whether the son, it could be his right to get it, being a son. I'm not saying it's right or wrong with that. Everybody's reaching their hand out. Yeah. Kevin Senior, hands out.
Yeah.
Who reaching out to actually help her?
Help Wendy. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's a sad situation.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff we're not entitled to know. Like people, probably it could be a whole bunch of
things.
That's
what this super chat, this chat is saying. There's probably more to this story that we don't know.
Right. So,
but what we do know is my son, and listen, you guys, YouTube is rough, and I know how to fight back, and I can hold my own. But when it comes to my children, I always want to take care of my kids. That's what I work hard for. That's what me and Perry work hard for.
That's it.
Every parent works hard for the next generation. and then you're going to come in here and throw my kid out on the street? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. It doesn't sound good now. But like the other person was saying, there's probably a lot to the story that we don't understand. And Perry, you put the idea out there that maybe it's Wendy because she didn't want to see him. Remember?
Right. And I'm saying, and the family members could know. And maybe they get mad because what if I was sending him back, the uncle who
Oh,
came out and said, oh, she won't even see her son? Because you sent him to collect. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, and the crazy part about it, when you have a divorce like that, the kid could want to love both of them. But it's always a dominant one. And that could be Kevin Sr. that pulling all the strings.
oh, this is complicated. And the books are sealed. We won't know what's going on. So it's crazy. But we did know this. Bonji says Tommy is in there somehow. Facts. I'm not trusting Tommy either. It's just a mess. But we do know this. Let me put her picture back on there. The conservator is her attorney, and she has guardianship over Wendy, Sabrina Morrissey. This is a mess.
I mean, because it had to be at some point in time, like conservatorship or whatever. And I know because I'm not that good with all the law stuff. It's hard to get out of conservatorship. Like the one.
Ask Britney Spears.
Right,
It's very
right.
hard.
Yeah, that's who it was. So on one hand, you're like, well, hey, why can't you just cancel her out? But it's messed up how somebody can really jam you up into a conservatorship. Maybe that need to be something that's revisited on how people could just do this shit to you.
Put you in a conservatorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, once you win it, hell, you get to fight more to even try to get out for your own cash.
I mean, look what happened to Britney Spears. Her family did her wrong. Point blank, period. Period. There was times she said that she thought that they medicated her so she couldn't make sound decisions. It's just.
Yeah. I mean, you got a doctor visit there. Let me go ahead and give you a little bit of these drugs over here.
Yeah.
I mean, just to play along with their storyline.
Well, that's what we are today. Kevin Jr. came out, spoke to the media, and they're always talking to the Sun. It's really weird. Only the Sun magazine. You guys notice that they only talk to the Sun magazine. Not that I'm shading the Sun. I know a lot of people over there. Congratulations, you guys got the exclusive, but what's the love affair with the Sun? What's going on here? What's going on? I have
no idea.
Is TMZ going to look into this too much? What is going on? I don't know. But anyway, maybe they just feel comfortable with the Sun. But that's what happened today. According to the Sun, he's out on the streets, both financially, apartment gone, and they actually told him to get a job. What the hell? I can't.
Well, I mean, I don't get it. And like you said, it's a lot of you don't really truly know.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard for me on one hand to say conservatorship can let somebody do this. But after watching Britney Spears, ain't no telling what the hell they can do.
Yeah.
I mean, that daddy ran that show for years and years and years and years.
Yeah. Oh, wow. My article's gone for TJ and Amy. I must have closed it out on accident. That's okay. I can remember. Let me find a picture. What's happening here, people? So let's move on to the newest scandal. As T.J. Holmes and Amy Robot. Yeah, I can't stand that last name. I hate it. So we know it's been going on for about a week now. The scandal is that TJ and Amy are having an affair. Okay. And they were spotted by the public and, everywhere. And at the time, they're both married. Both of their spouses now are estranged. And at the time, let me find my notes. The woman in charge, her name was Kim Godwin. She came out, I'm not making this up, and said, they're two adults. I don't see anything wrong with it. She said this, right? And then they went on the next day and they were all lovey-dovey and they were like, yay, we get to be ourselves now. We don't have to hide around and be dirty little rotten scoundrels anymore, okay? Why hasn't Kevin Sr. gotten a high-powered lawyer involved? Ooh, That's a good. Why would they all be sitting back, letting some bank control all of their
Well,
existence?
that's a damn good point.
It's a good point. It's a good point. But anyway, let's move on to this. So they were just happy as a lark, and then all of a sudden, the following day, they said it was a distraction, and they didn't even tell them they weren't going to put them on the air until moments before they were to go on the air. So what happened? Okay, the CEO of Disney, his name is Bob Iger, found out about the affair. What? And was pissed. He's pissed.
Yeah.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
Like, how dare him? He has it out for TJ. According to these rumors, according to the rumors, he therefore made a call down to Kim, the girl that didn't have a problem with it. She was like, they're adults, they're consenting adults, it's fine. And they were like happy the following day, like, yay, we can be together, I love you. And Okay, so all of a sudden they get a call from Bob, and now there's an internal investigation, and they are pulled off the air until they can conduct an investigation. Okay, first of all, what's there to investigate? I just told you, we told you we're having an affair.
Right.
Like,
But
what
then,
is there to investigate?
And now, and basically saying now we got to go and investigate to see if there's anything in their contract that they broke. Like, did they use our transportation, our drivers to meet up at Motel 6?
Well, the rumor is that Bob doesn't like TJ. So let me tell you guys, this just happened recently with Ime Udaka. We can say what we want. Life isn't fair. It's just not fair. Okay. He's trying to come up with a way to get rid of TJ. The crux of the investigation is focused on TJ. Okay. TJ, you brought this on yourself. Don't nobody feel sorry. Don't nobody feel sorry for you. We really don't. Okay. According to the rumors, he had an affair with another woman last year at the place, and they're finding everything. So the ultimate goal, according to the rumors, is to get rid of him. But the problem with this is he wasn't cheating by himself. So you need to get rid of them.
Hold on. So they basically want to just fire him, not the ladies that he had the affair with?
That's what they want to do. And so so they're buying time to figure out what's going on. They tried to use this morality clause, which states that the talent must act at all times with due regard to public morals and convictions. Basically, you can't embarrass the company. I think that's in every on-air talent. I really do. But okay, let's say we use the morality clause. You got to get rid of her too.
Well, yeah, that's the only fair thing, right? And the other one he cheated with, or whoever.
Yeah, the one from last year too. Also, they were thinking about demoting them and cutting their pay, but it has to be equal. It has to be equal. If you're going to demote him, you better demote her too. So life isn't fair. And these stupid men, sorry, Perry, that go around and put themselves in this situation, like Ime Udaka, you put yourself in this situation. And what happens is it becomes career ending. I guarantee you, whatever they do with
Amy?
No, TJ. Amy's going to be just fine.
Oh, I thought
they might do her, but he's not going to be able to find another job. He's not. Because all of these studio people, they're friends. Just like Ime Udaka. He will never coach again in the NBA. He tried to go to the New Jersey Knicks, is in the Nets. They shut that down. He did it to himself. Himself.
No, I get it. I mean, everybody got to be responsible for their action. He did it to himself, but he didn't do it to him. I mean, he wasn't
with himself.
Yeah, right. I mean, he had some lady in there with him, whether it's the Amy girl or the coach's wife, the executive wife, whatever she was. I'm just saying, like, everybody should have accountability in it. And if they was to fire both of them right now,
Mhm.
and he had an affair with another one while he was married last year, her ass need to be fired too.
Well, listen, she's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna call her stupid. I'm saying he's a cheater. TJ is a cheater. What are
Mhm.
you doing? Now both of you are stuck with each other, and everything was cool when you thought your jobs were okay. But just remember, whatever happens to TJ should happen to Amy and whoever else he cheated with. This got to be fair.
Right,
This
right.
got to be a fair thing. We're not just gonna go after TJ, even though he's a big idiot. He's an idiot,
Mm-hmm.
but he wasn't cheating by himself. It's
Yeah, they're acting like Nick Cannon, just all over the place, just in and out.
he's stupid. He used to date Chili back in the day. Do you guys remember that Chili from TLC?
Oh,
It's
really? I
crazy,
didn't know that.
and you can't go screaming racism when you put yourself in this
Mhm.
situation. You can't
Right.
say there's other people that have affairs. We're not talking about other people. We're talking about you.
Yeah. Damn.
So I don't feel sorry for both of them. Neither one of them. Anybody. Even the other lady. So this is what I think they're gonna do. They're gonna demote him, right? Slash his pay,
So he can quit.
and they're gonna do a phase out.
Oh,
Either he'll quit or quietly off the air. That's what I think they're gonna do.
okay. And say if they demoted them and kept both of them there, can they continue their relationship?
Child, I wouldn't want to be in that
No,
relationship.
I'm just
anymore.
asking the
But
question.
yeah,
Though.
I mean, oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh my
If
gosh.
that's what's causing the problem,
Uh-huh.
now let me cut your pay, but both of y'all can just go and just bang it out.
Well, Perry, I think you just gave Bob Iger out. Fire TJ and say somebody's got to go. This is against our morality
Well,
clause.
but then my part would be with that. Both of them would have to go, even the other one who had the affair last year or whatever, right? Because you can't give one of you had to go. Because who in their right mind gonna say, I go, he stay? I mean, look, if you got a rule and they broke it, punishment need to come down on both of their asses. And then the little other one in the back room. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the problem that they're having. And so, like I said, if they really want to get rid of TJ, fire them all. And so what? If you didn't want to get rid of Amy, she needs to go. She needs to be held accountable. So he didn't cheat by himself.
Right,
Amy
exactly.
needs to go, and then the other woman.
Mm-hmm. If her
But
perfume
their
wasn't so
problem
good.
is they're trying to figure out how to get rid of TJ and keep Amy. So that's why I think they're going to go with the demotion that we read here in this article. Allegedly, they're going to demote him and then phase him out. This is a mess. This is a mess. Even though the news lady over at Kim Godwin, she wasn't going to do anything about it. But you know what? I'm not going down with you. If the boss calls me and tells me get rid of him, bye-bye.
Yeah. If not, her job on the line.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm just saying, if punishment come down, however it go, it need to be equal.
It needs to be equal.
If you're going to let them both go, give them a severance package, hell, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. But don't let one of them go. I'd be upset if they let Amy go and kept his ass. Both of them had something to do with it. And the girl that's working the copy machine, if she had an affair and you know about it, her ass needs some punishment too.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, because how unfair is the guy from Disney, Bob Iger, being when Amy came out and made a public statement and said, okay, it's all good in the hood. We're good. And then here, all of a sudden, here you come. No, they must pay the consequences for what he did. He's going after TJ, according to the rumors. He's going after TJ. It's a mess. It's a mess, but it is what it is. Let's take a couple comments and then we're out. Not too much more going on today. Let's see if we can answer these questions. If anybody has a solution to Wendy's problems,
yeah, please help.
Put it in the chat.
Yep.
TJ must have it going on. No.
or either they
Back in
keep
the day.
either they keep the heat up high in that office or something going on.
Yeah. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. I think they both should be fired.
Yep.
All three of them. Remember, there's supposed to be another one. No one deserves to lose their job. What does their being together have to do with their job? Telling us the news. You
Now,
asked the guy that's going after
I can agree
TJ.
with that. Yeah, I mean, but if you're gonna punish one, is what I'm saying is that's when, because really, look, he cheated on his wife, she cheated on her husband. Really, it should be, that's their personal shit. Let them handle it,
Yeah. Hey,
right? I
Bonji.
mean, nobody's
Hey,
worrying about. Go ahead.
now here's the thing. GMA is a family brand.
Right.
So even though they were now anchoring GMA 3, both of them were appearing on the main Good Morning America.
Yes.
And I can see how this could be a problem for them, even though they might not have broken any of the HR whatever guidelines or anything, but I could see perception could be the problem for them. And here's the thing, even though we think that both of them should be fired, the reality is Amy is going to bounce back.
She is, without a
Because
doubt.
she's not only Caucasian, but she's also a Caucasian woman.
Mhm.
Whereas TJ, with his history of cheating, he's aging well, I have to say. But his history of cheating and I don't, how do you get followed by whoever was following them for this long, and they continue to do what they did? Did you see that photo of him putting his hand on a ASS?
Yeah, I seen
It
that.
was like, oh my
He's
goodness.
stupid. What is wrong with TJ?
He's a cheater.
He's
Always
cheater.
a cheater.
He's a dummy.
And don't forget, on TV, he would actually talk about how Amy and her husband were good friends of theirs, because Amy's daughters babysat TJ's daughter.
Messy. Emmanuel, comment on the TJ and Amy situation.
Yeah, look, they're both horrible people for cheating on their spouses. However, I don't think they should be fired.
Well, listen, no
Like,
one
it
did.
has nothing to do with their work performance. Like, whatever, people will get over it.
Well, that's what they said at first, but the boss called and said he gotta go. So I'm going to listen to the boss. Are you going to tell the boss, Emmanuel? No.
Yeah, I'll be like, this has nothing to do with my performance. This is a private issue. Let's keep it pushing.
I mean, it makes common sense. Like, that you have to deal with your spouse if you want to be that kind of person. But Bob Iger's not playing with TJ. Hannah, what are your thoughts on Bob Iger calling after they made the announcement that these are two consenting adults? What do you think about that?
I agree, because this is an organization that will be liable. They've already been put on notice that this man has a problem with, I don't know what it is, but it's something that he's going around the company messing with all of these women. So they're going to have to do something to him, because in every organization that I've been a part of, we always have to go through training regarding sexual harassment, because people will sue the company for millions of dollars if it's found true that sexual harassment is going on in their company. They're going to have to.
Whoa! So you think they're going to try to get him on sexual harassment, and he's going to go down with the ship, and Amy's going to be fine? Is that what you're thinking?
No, when that could possibly be, but what I'm thinking is that since they've been put on notice, someone can come behind him later on, a year down the road, and say he sexually harassed me, and there's nothing the company, they've already been put on notice. So they got to get rid of this. They have to fire him, in my opinion, give him a severance pay. But this is not the first, second, or third time. There's going to be more people that come out. I guarantee you. And the other lady already left the company. She's no longer with the company. They said she went to California or something like that. That's my opinion. They're gonna have to. And as far as the lady robot, I'm not sure. She is she probably, I don't know if she should be fired or not, because this was not her first time. He has had numerous affairs.
We all heard about him. She's a cheater too?
Right. No. She's saying that basically he's a repeat offender.
Right.
But and this is what I disagree with. I think she would need to be fired too. If you want to talking about news and everything else, hell, you know about his last case cheating, and you're gonna do it with him. It don't matter if it's your first time. If they feel like it's against their policy, both of them should go.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying I didn't really. I haven't thought about her, but I've definitely thought about him.
Right.
What are your thoughts, Sandra?
Yes, so my thoughts are the same as the lady just said. Like him and Amy, they both need to be fired. TJ is community peen at ABC. He's community peen. Yes. So he ain't only been with Amy. He had an affair with a producer who she did leave. He had an affair with the producers for 3 years. And the producer and Amy were friends. So the producer was going back, letting Amy know about TJ. Yes.
Oh my God.
So and he's been with a couple other ladies there too. So that's not a good look. So everybody's saying, they grown and they can do what they want to do, but it's not a good look for ABC. And ABC is a subsidiary of Disney. Which is a family-owned company. So they both need to go. And the problem is that too many women have told this man that he was fine all his life. So he just thought that he can just go out and be with whoever he wants to be with. And this is what got him in the situation where he's at now. So he needs to go.
He was fine back in the day, but just because you're an attractive guy, you need to control yourself. You need to know.
Basically what he's saying is that you can't conduct yourself as if you work at Magic City.
Correct. Yes. You can't do that. Yes. So they both need to go, and they don't need to be giving Amy they don't need to be doing her no favor there. No favorites either. Because like you friends with the woman that he was previously sleeping with, then you friends with the wife as well. You friends with his wife as well.
Oh.
And it's just messy. It's just messy. So
damn.
It's just messy. They both need to go, but you're probably right, because Amy is the little innocent little white girl. They probably gonna give her a pass, but they need to send her to what is that? They need to send her to ABC News Overnight, the 3:00 show. That's the show she need to be on.
Let me read this really quick, Diva. Tavis Smiley wasn't even married and he was fired. They both gotta go.
That's true.
Okay, Diva, go ahead, girl. We know how you feel about cheating.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you the reason why they both gotta go. This is not no tabloid news situation that they are on. They are on GMA3, a prestigious news station where people look to go there to find the news, not mockery, right? So here it is. He had the nerve when they heard when the thing broke, the story broke about Ime Udoka, whatever his name is, right? He lost his mind, saying how immoral it was. How
no hell he didn't, Diva. Diva, stop it, Diva.
Really?
Diva, stop it.
Yes, he did.
No hell he did. Why?
Yes, he did.
Why?
He did.
Storage closet.
Yes,
He was in the storage closet with
He
Amy.
lost his mind knowing that he was doing the same thing at NBC, bringing his pain and everybody that said hello to him, okay? So how you going to sit there and do stories about certain situations when you there doing it yourself too? So now you're making a mockery of our news station. You got to go. Pack your bags, get whatever you got on your desk, take Amy with you, and y'all can go to Target, Walmart, wherever y'all want to go with all those shenanigans, but we can't have it. And then you know what? When you are a distraction at work, you messing up the office talk, because you know everybody's talking now. I can't have everybody at the water cooler talking about you and Amy and whoever else you sleeping with, and we got work to do. You're a distraction. Y'all got to go. Bye.
We got to change his name to T.J. Walker now.
There we go. TJ
Because
Walker.
I had no idea that even if you're gonna be a freak, but you're gonna give the news on another freak.
What's Walker? What's the reference, Walker?
Herschel Walker.
Oh, y'all are messy, Perry. You are messy.
How can you be against some shit that you don't practice? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm
That
just
part.
saying. He come across
That part.
as a hypocrite.
You know,
and I had no
I
idea.
gotta say this about the Wendy Williams situation.
Well, hold on. Let me let. Oh, do you have to go, Diva?
Did I lose you?
Diva?
Oh.
She lost her connection.
Can you hear
Yeah,
us?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you have to go somewhere today? Because I was
I
gonna
can hear you.
Okay, let's let Smoke talk
No,
about.
no, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Smoke,
go ahead. Go ahead.
you do your TJ and Amy situation. What do you think?
I think that Company Peen, TJ, and Dirty Diana Amy both got to go. Cause listen, and here's the thing about Amy. Her current husband, she was the side chick when he was with his first wife, and that's what led to his divorce and how they got together. So I'm thinking, like, what made you think she wouldn't do the same thing to you, sir?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just over at this point. Like, I don't know if you guys remember this. There used to be a pay-per-view, like when cable was starting, called Naked News. TJ and Amy need to go start their own Naked News, so that way it just be fair game and it could just be as open and free as they want.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, like, because here's the thing, they're both a liability to a company, but more so him because he's had multiple affairs with behind the scenes talent and on the and in front of the camera talent. And all you need is one person to say that he Amy or SH me.
Yeah.
That will cause the money millions of dollars because they had the environment that facilitated the affair. So he got to go. He got to go.
So is that why Liger is really trying to target TJ? Because it's been. Go ahead, Diva.
Sharrell, somebody has something playing. I hear something.
Oh, that's right. Someone has a TV on. Can everyone go on mute?
Yeah.
And whoever has their TV on, can you turn it down?
Okay.
Yeah, it was very faint. Good ears.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about her, but they're targeting TJ because he's a hazard to the company.
He's terrible. He's terrible. Like, he's gonna cost them lots of money. And honestly, it seems like he has a problem with monogamy. So I think he needs to be honest with himself and just be a serial dater, and you can sleep with whomever you want at whatever times you want. But the fact that you want to be in a committed relationship with someone, then post a status saying how he doesn't deserve you, basically gaslighting her to show that you love her, then you sitting here sleeping with your coworker in front of her face and laugh in front of millions of people in America. So T, I'm sorry.
Smoke, I agree with you. And what you basically saying in short is this: you ain't knocking that man hustle.
No.
But that man got to learn, if you're gonna be a hoe, be an off-duty hoe.
Right. Or don't get caught being an off-duty hoe with your coworker.
Right. That's it.
Like, you're a public figure. What makes you think you would not get caught and people wouldn't like tilt their head, be like, wait a minute, those two on GMA3, why are they holding hands? Why are he smacking her butt? And they both married. Like, it was just blatant disrespect, like in public. They didn't care.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Sharrell, the other thing is TJ was at CNN before he went to ABC.
Yeah.
I'm waiting with my ear to the tabloids before someone else comes from CNN and says he did something. Although when he was at CNN, he was single because he got married. I think during the transition from CNN to ABC.
But everybody knows you don't mess around with people at work. Like,
but here's the thing with him, Sharrell. He's gonna find out he's black like this and not like this. That's what he's learning. You can't do what Amy does because Amy can get away with it. Sir, even though you might be biracial, you would still be considered to some a black man, and you're learning that you will be collateral damage first, and they will eliminate you before they eliminate her.
Yeah. I mean, he's in trouble. He's biracial. He looks like he was a nice looking man back in his day.
He's a great looking man. I love looking at him.
Yeah, he was nice. Do you guys remember when he dated Chili for a while?
I don't.
I remember.
I don't remember that.
I remember. That's when he was working in Atlanta.
Yep. Uh-huh.
And
all right, Diva, let's start with you. Let's talk about.
Sharrell, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Here's the problem that leads to the T.J. Holmes and the Amy Robachs of the world in the workforce. Since moving to America, I have learned of a new phrases that are being used in offices. My work wife, my work husband. What is that? There is no way you should be having a work wife and a work husband
I'll
if
tell you
you're
what
at
it
the
is.
job to work.
What it is your coworker that you're getting your freak on with.
No,
That's
it's
the
not,
thing.
Perry. I've had coworkers I've said I've been my work wife and my work husband, and we not messing around. It's just, well, for some people it can be for fun. I'll say for me it's for fun, but for other people they might be serious. So
Well, what do you call somebody your work husband or wife?
It happens all the time,
yeah,
Sharrell.
you spend
No.
It
hours
happens all the
together.
But you
time.
know what, though, people? Let's keep this shit real. It's a gateway. It's
Yes, it
funny
is.
at
I
first.
agree.
It's
100%
funny.
Sarah.
It's
I
funny. Oh,
agree.
yeah. Your hands start going lower and lower.
Yeah, I agree. I
All
agree.
right, Diva, sort out this Wendy stuff. It's so much going on.
Well, you know what, Sharrell? I think that when you put all the pieces of the puzzle together from the summer, it's starting to make more sense. And I know everybody is still up in arms about Wells Fargo. I personally feel like Wells Fargo is saving her from her cash being drained down to zero. And I'm going to tell you why. So she was no longer getting that $10 million salary from the Wendy Williams show because she wasn't working. And you all know you could save up money for, it takes a long time for your bank account to build up from savings.
Mhm.
But as long as you keep putting stuff in, then it's
Right.
going to grow. But the
Right.
minute you have to take out from that savings and you're not replenishing it, it
Mhm.
can get down to zero, lickety split. The thing that I have with Kevin, Jr., and we all live to take care of our kids, but you do them a disservice if you just take care of them and you don't show them how to at least still take care of themselves, right? Because at any given time, if something happens to you or if your money stops, what do they do? So my thing is with Kevin Jr., I get it. Your mom was giving you allowance. I get it. She paid for this apartment for a whole year up front. But you yourself said it in the documents. Your mother fell into some health problems. Her money was frozen. You knew all of that before you continued to stay in this apartment. So when the lease was up and you knew that your mother money was frozen and you knew that she no longer had the Wendy Williams show, dude, it's time to move. Okay. You don't sit there and stay there waiting for a miracle to happen, especially in a place that is that expensive, because you understand the circumstances better than any of us, right?
But Eva, what about the point of somebody coming in, or what about Perry's point? Could she be behind this saying cut them off?
She could be, but she could be saying that too, Sharrell, because I no longer have my $10 million paycheck. What do y'all want from me? I took care of y'all all these years when the money was coming in and the dough was plenty, and it was all, I had money. I had money for days. But now I don't have my job. What do y'all want from me? Y'all going to just keep sucking me dry and you staying in an apartment that's $100,000 a year and I don't have my $10 million paycheck? Have you lost your mind? Go find you a studio somewhere, okay? And get yourself together. And I'm sorry, now you may have to go to Target, McDonald's, and be like the rest of the kids in this world and get you some money. I don't have it like that.
I got it, because people think Perry, do you agree with this? People think because you make a lot of money that you have money to burn, but your bills go up.
Right.
Yeah.
You get a lot of money, you spend a lot of damn money.
Yeah.
And typically, and just how life goes, and this is a sad thing, that's why you got to be real careful. You always project next year you're going to make the same, if not more.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not on this little tear where you trying to save it. Okay, I'm going to do it next year. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it. Well, we're going to do party this year. But next year, I'm going to start doing this. And when that day comes, you go from riches to shit broke real fast. You know what I'm saying?
But even with that, Perry, like I don't understand why people are not paying attention to people who are entertainment who talk about these huge financial losses. And even like people like, let's say, Jennifer Lewis, she talks about, listen, the one thing I pay attention in addition to my talent and my work is my money. She's not, because tomorrow the next paycheck is not guaranteed in this specific industry. So you cannot burn through it quickly. And unfortunately for Wendy, she had health issues and things come up that would complicate things. But I was like, why would you give your son a $2 million condo in college. Like at best, you could have found a nice apartment that was way below the means near his school that wouldn't be costing this much, where he can learn to survive on himself. But then that's also, I think being the primary breadwinner in her family, like everything falls on you to provide for everyone, to make sure that everyone is good, but then no one's checking to see if you're good.
Yeah. And it could drain you. It could drain you. Go ahead, Bonji.
The other thing too is, let's not forget that the person who was managing things behind the scenes, not necessarily accounting and everything else, was Kevin for the longest time. So Wendy was more focused on her on-camera talent and not necessarily on managing all these things by herself. So when Kevin did what he did and she ended up divorcing him, can you imagine now trying to wrap your mind around the amount of money that she was not only earning, but also substance abuse and everything else, the emotional stuff that came with having to deal with him having a baby, and him still saying to this day that if it wasn't for Sharina, we should have been divorced 10 years ago.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
So
He said that?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's saying the side piece saved their marriage.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
Oh my.
He's so disrespectful, out of pocket, and out of line. And you know what, Sharrell, for him to say he the king of the purple chair, well, why you haven't duplicated it yet? Why you out here begging for the alimony check because you can't pay your mortgage, you can't pay this, you can't pay that, you can't pay your medical bills, you need hip surgery. If you the king behind the purple chair,
Hannah, what are your thoughts, Hannah? You've been quiet over there.
Yes. You know what? I hate to say it. Now, I'm not going to even hate to say it. I'm just going to say it like this. Kevin is getting exactly what he deserved. All of these worked out exactly the way it was supposed to, because he has been sitting up here lying, talking about he don't have any money, that he's getting ready to go into foreclosure. And then on the flip side, he talking about he got all of these businesses, he do all of these other things. Which one is it? And they have been living off of Wendy all of these years, him and Serena, and this is why they're both getting ready to go broke, and they both need to go find a job, and they both need to tell the truth and tell it. Kevin need to tell it like it is. I was nothing until I got with Wendy. And then, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. He had a salary. He had a great salary, probably as her producer or manager or whatever he was. But the bottom line is he didn't know how to spend his money. He was spending all of his money on luxury items. Now, like Diva said, he kept on taking money out of that account, but wasn't replacing it. And now he getting ready to feel exactly all the torment that he put Wendy through, all this arena. They're getting ready to get it back through a financial downfall. And that's what hurted him the most, is because he's not able to do what he used to do financially. And I don't feel sorry for him.
I have a question for everyone. Didn't he not get a package from the divorce settlement? And I know we have to factor in after taxes. So let's say after taxes, let's say he got 5, maybe 4.5. Why are these people living above their means? If you have 4.5 million, I would have got a house at least less than $1 million to be like, it's paid for. I ain't got to worry about anything less than my HOA and house insurance and keep it moving. Why is he trying to live in the same standard when he was with Wendy?
Because he's Kevin and he's messy
with a broken hip.
Yeah, and you know what though too, Sharrell, because he's not used to ever being on a budget either.
Yeah,
exactly. Because he always, his whole life, he was able to tap into Wendy's funds. I mean, he tapped into her funds to buy Serena that house down the block from there in Jersey, the mansion, in the car and everything else. And he funded all of these businesses for her that didn't, work out. So he was used to having a bottomless bank account called Wendy Williams. And then when it shut down and he got that extra little money, he blew through it probably in a year.
Dang.
Let me read this really quick. When it's all said and done, Wells Fargo is going to be proven to be doing something real crooked. What do you think about that, Emmanuel?
I agree. I think Wells Fargo is shady. But, okay, I was a little confused, though. So that lady, is she in charge of Wendy's conservatorship?
Yeah, her name is Susan Morrissey.
Okay. would it be such a bad thing if Kevin was in charge of her conservatorship?
Say what
Yes.
now?
Oh, hell no.
Look,
Wait, say
I
it
only
again.
say that. I
Say it
only say
again.
that.
Say it again. I didn't catch that. Wait, hold up. Repeat that one more time.
I said, would it be such a bad thing if her ex-husband Kevin was in charge of her
Wait, why is
conservatorship?
that a good
The
idea? You mean
ex-husband?
Out of your mind?
Yeah,
thought you
only
said-
because he was
So
like,
you said
you
the
know,
ex-husband?
You mean the
Yeah.
one that has a side piece and a baby and is expecting Wendy to fund their life in the sunset while she's sitting here trying to get her help?
Let them talk.
No,
They
no,
are
no, no.
chewing you
No.
out. Why are you saying this, Emmanuel?
not so he can like take the money, but only because he did like manage her money all those years.
Perry, you know which button to hit. Perry, you know which button to hit.
Look, it's just a suggestion. But how is
Emmanuel? Emmanuel, what are you drinking over there?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Emmanuel, look. Wendy have paid for the Huggies and the Similac. Now you want her to give full control to Kevin Sr. and let him manage it. He managed it the way he wanted to manage it.
Right.
Even when he was with her. So he didn't have to take it all.
Perry, she didn't only pay for the Similac and the diaper, she paid for the midwife and the doula.
Yes.
Y'all back up off Emmanuel. That's my boy.
No.
Emmanuel, are you in your 20s?
I'm 19, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No, but come on, Sharrell. But still, he's 19. He know. But listen, you know what Emmanuel's over there doing? He stopped by Jamal Bryant's New Birth Church, and he already got a sample of the cannabis.
Please don't, not again today.
Stop it, Diva. That's my
We
church.
heard that sound for a long time, but we need it today. We need that sound effect.
Hit that button, Perry, because that's what he's doing.
Damn, you
No, he's smoking
all
weed
kind of
every day.
Can you hear it?
No.
Must be some really good weed.
No. Well, never mind.
Kimora, welcome to the conversation. What did you want to add? Everyone's looking to the weed. I'm sorry, Emmanuel. Kimora, can you hear me? You're on mute.
Yes, I can hear you.
Who do you want to talk about first?
I want to talk about Wendy Williams, my girl. You know, the reason that her bank, Wells Fargo, is doing what they're doing is because, think about it, they are responsible for Wendy's funds. If someone fraudulently takes money from her account and they allow that to go through, they are responsible for that money. Okay. And far as her son, Kevin Jr., I agree with Diva 100%. He should have gotten out of that apartment and got a cheaper apartment, because I don't know if anybody knows it or not. I came in kind of late, but it's been alleged that Junior knew prior to him becoming evicted that he knew that he was going to be evicted, because Wendy had paid his rent for a whole year, $100,000 cash. She paid it for him. And then when he realized before she was going in, before the bank was going to take conservatorship, he knew that those funds was going to be frozen. So what he did allegedly was take her credit card and try to pay his rent for $100,000 for another year, which his father probably told him to do it, but it got stopped. So that's why he's getting evicted, because the money, the bank didn't approve that, and they were right.
Whoa!
That's the same amount he got covered, right?
They were right, they were right not to approve it, because had they approved it, and once Wendy gets back on her feet and she finds out that her money's been taken fraudulently without her authorization, that bank would have to replace her money.
What?
So that's
exactly.
Yeah. Sharrell, back in August, there was an article that Kevin Jr. charged $100,000.
No.
Yes, it was. And so, and if the court filings for this, suit that they're suing him for is $70K. But my thing is, he said back then, if you read the article, because I did a video on it back then, right? If you read the article, he never said I didn't do it. He said it was authorized. Like,
wait
my
a
mother
minute.
knew.
You're telling me, Diva, that Junior is just as shiesty as Senior?
That's what I'm saying.
He looks just like him.
The timelines don't add up, right? I mean, the timelines add up, to make it seem like everything that happened in the summer now is making sense, right? One, when they froze her account. Two, when that $100,000 went on that American Express card. Three, why Wells Fargo said, hold on, wait a minute. Because what I think they was doing, because they knew that they needed their money, they was propping her up, bringing her to that bank and try to act like she was okay. And that's when they was like, oh, heck no, something ain't right here. And that's why they blocked it. And if they didn't block it, Wendy would probably have $0 in her bank account right now.
Diva, there are people that I'm pushing back here.
Yes, no problem.
That are addicts and blow all their money. They put all their money up their nose, and the bank don't step in.
And I was listening to you before I came on, Sharrell, and let me tell you what the difference is. The difference is they are physically taking out their own money and doing whatever they want to do with it, the same way that Whitney Houston did it or whatever. With Wendy Williams, there's a capacity level that they're like, something ain't right here. When they physically saw her, she didn't make enough sense to them for them to say that this is true, this is good. But if I'm a crackhead, I have some good moments. It's not like my mind is gone. It's just that I'm a drug addict, right? So I can go to the bank and make sense and get my own money because I'm still in my right mind. I just got an addiction. What we're talking about, they say there's memory issues. Sometimes she don't know who she is. We saw some videos for ourselves that proved that something wasn't right with Wendy. When she showed her foot, when she asked her a question and she was talking about something completely different. So we saw for ourselves that something just wasn't seeming right. So imagine what Wells Fargo saw.
Exactly. And also, Sharrell,
go ahead, Bonji.
The other thing is when Diva is talking about this timeline, this is around the same time that Junior tried to go to the mother's apartment and was refused.
Yeah, I remember
This is around the same time that Tommy was doing those horrible photoshops, saying,
you mean the one when Wendy's splits were missing?
Wendy was in her right mind and doing okay. And this is around the time where Wendy came out and said Bernie, her last manager, had been charging things on American Express. The timeline all lines up.
So, Perry, what do you think about what Diva's saying? Everybody's got their hand out for Wendy Williams, and she's at a point right now, she can't take care of herself. So you need somebody. What do you think about that? Because I don't like corporate stepping in. I don't.
It's true. Like, everybody's looking. Look, everybody's trying to grab what they can and run. They don't give a damn if they leave her with a penny.
Right.
It's selfish people. And that's why I said earlier, too, like, I can't have nobody tell me what to give my kids, but at the same time, Wendy might have more control by talking to her conservative about the shit and saying, no, he gets no more. Right? Because we know Kevin Sr., in my opinion, won't stop at no level. He'll keep he'll use Tommy.
Yeah.
And we know he damn sure use his son.
Another thing, Sharrell, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
If there had been a prior arrangement as an expense account for her son Kevin, if there was something set up already when Wendy was in her right mind, trust and believe that bank would be honoring that agreement for her son. But because Wendy elected to pay the rent in full for a year, that was what she decided to do. She was not able or at that moment willing to make any other arrangements other than what she probably gave him on her own. But she did not have anything set up for him to receive monthly payments or whatever. And that's why he was good with his rent and his personal expenses. She made sure he had a roof over his head. But once he knew that apartment was going to be not being paid anymore and his lease was going to be up, he should have moved out. But what he did was he went and he renewed that lease.
I can't believe it. You're telling me Junior ain't shit. That's what you're saying. Junior ain't shit.
If it walked like a duck and quacked like a duck, it's a duck.
It's a duck.
Here's the thing, though. The only difference and the saving grace for me when it comes to Wendy and her son is that she was able and willing to take care of her son when she could. We still know that Sherry Shepherd still hasn't acknowledged that baby.
Oh gosh, not Sebastian 2.0 Bonji. We not gonna bring up Sherry and this baby.
Right. And as far as Kevin getting more money, Kevin received enough money. It's a travesty that Wendy was still having to take care of him, his mistress, and their baby. That was ridiculous. Okay, he ended the marriage because of his infidelity, and he should have been penalized for that in court. And she shouldn't have been held accountable to take care of his ass. Excuse me.
I cannot believe Kevin has the audacity to want Wendy Williams to take care of him, the side piece, the new baby, Junior, who ain't shit, and they want to take their money and open up a restaurant for her.
Mm-hmm. And that's why he's getting what he's getting, because it's karma. It's karma. God don't like ugly, and he ain't too crazy about beauty either.
And not only that, Wendy should not be the only one responsible for that son. Kevin should be paying for it. He should look into work, whatever eviction, because his dad over here living with luxury, whatever he called himself doing. He probably broke as a joke right now, but he shouldn't have never let that kid go into foreclosure. I mean,
actually, he's not a kid anymore. He's a grown man now. He's well over 21.
That's
He's
true.
A grown man, and now it's time for him to spread his wings and stop being an entitled brat and take care of his business, because he knows his mom is not well right now.
I'll agree with that, but what I'm saying is, if he cared about his son like he said he did, he would have stepped in, or he could let him live with him. Take him to his house or something like that. Come on,
they gotta have 3 bedrooms or something. Right. You don't tell him to stay there when you know the lease is up and there's no funds to pay that rent. You're not even teaching him to do the right thing. You should have said, son, you got to go. Pack up the boxes.
Right, but see, if he did that, Diva, that would be his getting rid of his next scheme. See, he want to use little Kevin, to try to
get the
keep
money.
the scam going, to get the money. So
This
if he
is
was
terrible.
to embrace him and say, "Oh, come on, son, you can move in with me," it's no incentive for Kevin to do what he wants him to do. He's gonna continue to do what his father tell him to do, and his father's gonna continue to make him feel like he's struggling, and he's gonna be living a humdrum life if you don't do this, if you don't do that. So he's got the boy wrapped around his finger.
So basically, what you're saying is that Kevin is full of nothing but games. And I think that is Wendy's sister that set all this stuff up. She hasn't been saying anything, but somebody is watching out for her. So this is good, because Kevin will take everything she has.
Exactly. He would. And I don't know much about the sister, but I really think that maybe because the sister's been quiet and she don't seem like the brother, maybe she would be a better person to be a conservator over her funds, or better yet, whatever happened to her best friend, Reg.
Oh, I don't know.
That was Wendy's best friend.
Reg disappeared off the face of the earth, but I don't know who was that speaking before. I think you're right. Maybe the sister is behind this and just being quiet.
It's possible.
Because she is an attorney and she set all of this in motion. There's no way. And that's why Kevin got outsmarted. That's why he signed a document that he didn't know what he was signing, listening to his attorney. And hey, God is good. That's all I can say. He has reaped what he sowed.
Exactly.
Somebody calling us a detective agency, y'all. We gotta figure it out, okay? I gotta end it here, though, everybody.
But thank you for letting me in.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for coming in. This was a good group and a great conversation. You guys in the chat, please click the like button on your way out.
Sharrell, I just have one thing to say. I actually found a job that Kevin Sr. can get. Since he has a broken hip, he could probably be one of those people who like sub in for those chiropractor videos where they just crack their body and that's the way he makes his money.
No, Smoke, you on your own. You are on your own. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you all for calling in.
Thanks, everybody.
Everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
They calling us detectives and they're making fun of us, but I think we cracked the code.
The code.
I really do. Oh, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button. Hold on. All right. So there you go, guys. That's all the information today. We talking about Dirty Kevin Jr., Dirty Sharina, Dirty TJ. Ciao. Debbie,
Dirty Amy.
Dirty Amy. I forgot about Amy. That's it. All right, you guys. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your call backstage. I am out of time. Let me know your comments in the comment section. I want to thank everyone for your super chat. You don't have to support the channel, but you do, so I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. On 3, everybody. Let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.